Oh well, I knew this was gonna be a toughie. Okay, that definitely calls for a redo. I just learned something new about this car. Little dino. Holy! That's a lot of damage. I ain't afraid no ghost. I ain't afraid no ghost. Welcome, Hoarders. Today we're going to be playing some more Grand Theft Auto 5. And this testing Tuesday, we're going to be testing the Albany Hermes, which is based on a Mercury 8, I believe 1951? At least that's the reference picture of the one I was looking at. And why is it already dirty? You might have seen I already did a video on this car back Christmas Day, I believe, is actually Christmas Day is when they added the car, but I don't know if I put the video out. Oh, Christmas Day. I didn't mean to yell out loud. Jeez. This is another one of those cars. I love it, but in one aspect they ruined it because they added air ride. I hate it more than anything because one of the things, if you own, let me show you the house. If you own this apartment, sometimes it'll spawn you in a certain place, and if it spawns you there, your car's stuck because it's too low to the ground. This is also, this seems to be a thing with the air ride cars. It's a magic car. I didn't mean to hit that. I was unsure if I was going to go up or stay down. I'm going to stay down because I thought of an area that we can do this, that we don't have to worry about cars. Brakes are terrible. I just learned that again. Okay, this is what I mean by a magic car. Okay, you see how far that the wheel turned? Barely any at all. But yet, it turns as if the wheels turn sharper. I'll show you. Look, it just slides sideways. The wheel is not even pointed at that angle for it to turn that sharp. This is also, it's a problem with the, what's the name of that truck? It starts with a T, I don't remember. I did a video on it before, but it's also a thing with the lurcher. The lurcher hearse. I don't know why it's a thing. I'm sure that they could make it so it turns sharper. It might have something to do with they stop it so it doesn't point out, like, so it doesn't glitch through the side of the car, I guess. Would be the only thing that would make sense to me. There are certain vehicles that'll happen with if you go really fast in turn, because the body roll mixed with it. But I do honestly like the car. It has, like, the front of it reminds me a lot, mostly the hood area of a Hudson Hornet, which is one of my absolute favorite cars. I do remember the Mercury 8 from, I believe it was on Midnight Club 3, which was one of my favorite games growing up. I love the cars on that. I will probably do videos on that in the distant future, not too close. After I get done with some of the series I already have started, but to get more on with the car. Brakes, terrible. I'm hitting them right now. You probably can't even tell. Steering, not absolutely great. It has quite a bit of body roll. The back end can slip out relatively easily. Acceleration's not terrible. It's not great either. Top speed's not great. interior. It has the same interior as the Hot Knife and the Impala, which would be the Voodoo. Oh, jeez. It's another one of those vehicles that's not that special to me. If I had to sell a vehicle, I wouldn't be too torn with having to part with this. Even though there's other vehicles I currently have that I would get rid of before I get rid of this. God, I don't want to kill anyone. Go in the junkyard. I don't know. The thing that just kills these cars for me is the air ride. I hate that more than anything. Also, I don't like having hydraulics on my cars either. It's fun to have them sometimes, but to always have it, I find annoying. But some vehicles, it's better with them. Like, the Voodoo. The Voodoo, the only way to get the clean version of it is if you put hydraulics on it. I put hydraulics on it, and it makes the wheels smaller, so it looks stupid. But that's the only way to get a clean version of the Voodoo. But since I'm going off topic, like I do in every one of these episodes, or videos, let's head over to the test track and see what we can get with this. Okay, let's try this again. Last time, I almost rolled the car, so that kind of called for a redo. I don't know why, but all of a sudden the vehicle decided, hey, I'm going to get a lot of grip around this turn. And it did. And I was on the two left wheels for about, I don't know, I'd say 3 seconds. It was very interesting. I somehow didn't roll over, though. I held it, and then eventually it got put back down where it was supposed to be. Before I forget, post in the comments down below of the next vehicle or like a next upcoming testing video, what vehicle you would like to see me test. I usually don't say that. I forget all the time to mention that. Just think of any vehicle that you'd like to see me test, and I will try to squeeze it in and get it done as soon as I can. But I do nowadays only test on Tuesdays. Before I used to do, like Halloween, I did like a special. I did, I think, 2 a day for like 2 days in a row, or 2 weeks in a row maybe. But either way, I only test vehicles on Tuesday, which in one case is not a good thing to do that, because then, like say a vehicle comes out on a Wednesday, then everyone else gets the video done on it like a week ahead of me, which is a bad thing. But I don't know of really any other people that test every single vehicle that comes out in the game and then has like a leaderboard for it. Like, my inspiration for this is like Top Gear mostly. There's one other YouTuber that I've seen do something similar to this. It's not this type of track. His channel is called Fail Race. If you're at my channel, you probably heard of his. He does like a downhill race off Chiliad with every car, which I have to admit is quite different from what I'm doing. Okay, we got 2 minutes, 26.649 seconds. I'm not sure where that placed, so let's head on over to the leaderboard and find out. As you can see, the Albany Hermes finished in 59th place, coming in at 2 minutes, 26.649 seconds. Right behind the Garrotti Stinger. It's not a good time. Like, it's not great. It's pretty average. 60th place, and we've done, I believe, 83 tests by now, or 83 different vehicles. So it's not a great time, but for what the car is, I like it. At this point, I've owned it for several months, and I really don't use it, though. This footage was recorded several weeks ago, but what I'm saying right now is current. And my opinion on the car is really that it's more of one of those ones that you buy and you leave in your garage. I would probably use it a lot more if it didn't have the air ride suspension, if it just stayed at a standard height without lowering itself whenever you stop. I just find that annoying, but all around, the time's not bad for what it is. But now let's take the car over to the drag track and see what we can get with it on there. Okay, let's do this last test, see what we can get. I do love the sound of these older muscle cars. Got a lot of wheel spin off the line there. It's nice that it's actually clean now. I don't know why it was the way it was earlier. Stay so we can go straight without hitting the rumble strips, or whatever you call them. And we got, what'd we get? 26.295 seconds. I'm not sure where that placed. So let's head on over to the leaderboard and see. On the drag track, the Albany actually did a little bit better, coming in 46th place, tying with the Imponte Dukes at 26.295 seconds. Behind the Dukes was actually the Imponte Deluxo, which, as most people probably know, the DeLorean. And that only finished at 26.3. Just 3 dead. So that's very, very close to that. To be fair, the car isn't that quick. I feel like the Hermes has more acceleration than the other cars, but I don't know. I still like the car. I always will. I'm not going to get rid of it. I highly doubt I'll ever get rid of it. Unless it's like the hot knife situation, where they had the hot knife, then later on they added the Hustler. And I immediately I immediately sold the hot knife because I liked the Hustler so much more, and it's basically the exact same car. If the vehicle didn't have air ride suspension, I probably would use it a lot more, and I probably wouldn't get annoyed by that fact, because like I said, at that apartment, what would happen is you'd spawn in, and you would spawn with your bumper and your front wheels being the only things that touch the ground, so your rear wheels aren't touching at all, so you can't even do the R2, L2 trick and then try to drift your vehicle sideways. It just doesn't move. And that really is annoying to me. You can't really drive them off-road because the front bumper catches on every little bump, which I guess is more realistic, but at the same time, you get supercars that can just zip down every dirt road, no problem, and go up steeper hills than the vehicles that are made to do that, like the Dubsta 6x6, the G-Wagon, Hummer, all these other vehicles that are actually made for it, and I just find it annoying. I think that the drivetrains, or like the handling lines, should be changed so that they work much worse off-road. Like, pretty much to the point where they're almost undrivable off-road. They should have where if you want to go off-road, you have to have a truck or an SUV or something with at least enough clearance. Even like a rally car or something like that. But that's probably going to be the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please post down in the comments below what vehicle you would like to see me test next. As of right now, I believe I already have like 3 or 4 videos lined up. I have the Ruiner 2000, I have a video putting the Ballista up against the Ballista Compact to see which one's better out of those two. But I'm saving up for several other vehicles. Right now I only have like 1.2 million. I know that's not a little bit, but it's also not that much for today's standards. I would love to get the new, there's a newer McLaren, I don't remember, I think it's the Vision or something similar to that. But I'm going to end the video at that. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. And if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to watch one of my previous, next, and related videos, and don't forget to check out my other social medias in the description down below.